I was working with CBS, John Hammond Sr., Dylan's producers, for 7.5 years. The guys in the band, they were freaking out. They were like, Herb, when are we going to make it? I was like, I don't know, man. It's not up to me. It's up to CBS and Mikey Harris and John Hammond. So they wanted to get signed. We kept on submitting material, writing songs, submitting material. After 7.5 years, I decided to leave because I wasn't making any money and it was a lot of work. I had a full-time job. I'd come home, I'd eat dinner, clean the house, do homework with my son, and I would start writing songs about 1:30 in the morning. So I would start writing songs for 1:30. The way I wrote songs was I would pick up the guitar and I'd jam for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Next day, I would go back to work. When I went to work, I would listen to the recording and I would mark spots in the recording where I could develop a song from. And it was a lot of work. So I decided to leave and go to North Carolina where life was affordable. As soon as I got down there, I got a call from Elliot Mintz, who you could see the testimony. I was in my office and the receptionist came in and she said, there's a man on the phone who says he's Bob Dylan's manager and he'd like to speak with you. So I answered the phone. He gave me his address, his phone number, his fax number, and asked me to send him songs in Beverly Hills. So anyway, I was down in North Carolina and my friend from Jersey called me and he said, go get Dylan's album. Your songs are on it. So I was painting at the time, I was painting a lawyer's house. And I put the brushes away, put the ladders down, went to the record store. I bought Dylan's new tape, put it in my car, stereo, and I realized that my songs were on his album. I talked with an attorney and I told him I had worked with Dylan's producers at CBS for 7.5 years. I showed him the copyrights. I had the copyrights to the songs. Some of the copyrights to some of the songs. I had the masters in my closet. The lawyers told me to start recording all my calls with anybody from CBS. So for 4 years, approximately 4 years, I recorded all the calls. Well, when we went to court, I had to make up 3 copies of each conversation, which there were probably maybe 25 separate conversations. So every night I would come home from work and make up 1 or 2 conversations, and I would stack them in a little pile next to my recorder. And I probably had, I would say maybe 3 stacks of 18 recordings, conversations. And one night I came home and I put my key in the door, and usually my key was very hard to turn. But it was very easy, simple. I just opened up and I didn't really think anything of it. I ate dinner. I went over to the recorder to start making the tapes, and the tapes were gone. So I said to Pam, I said, "Did you clean the house or did you move my tapes from the recorder?" And she said, "No." So I checked the whole house and the tapes were gone. So basically what happened was they broke into my house and they took the tapes that I was making up for the court. I was making up one for the judge, one for the record, and one for Bob Dylan's attorneys. I called the police. The police came down. I told them that I told them the situation. I was involved in a lawsuit with Bob Dylan, but they already knew that. And I asked them to fill out a report that my house was broken into and that my tapes were gone. And they refused to. Okay, I'm not going to say what police department it was, but they refused to make a report. Okay, so that was nice. I decided at that point, whenever I left the house, I took the original recordings with me. I put them in a duffel bag and I brought them and I locked them in my desk at work. So anyway, one day I come out, I go to my car to put the key in. My driver's side door was broken. I automatically jumped out of the car and ran to the trunk, and the trunk was also broken into. Then I had two cars. Both cars, driver's side door was broken, the driver's side door lock was broken, and the trunk was broken. Two cars broken into. However, the originals I put in a duffel bag and I locked them in my desk at work. Then I brought them home every night and I made the tapes up. But that's how unscrupulous this guy, Oren Snyder, is.